All right. Good evening, all of you. I hope you are able to hear me. Sorry, this is not a recall test. Yeah. So yes, good evening, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well, preparing well for all the exams, and studying very well. So you can see a good application of rearrangement. How is this rearrangement possible? See, this is possible. This is a migration of alkyl to carbon. Alkyl to carbon. Correct? This is not mine. This is shared to me by Aditya, I guess. It was shared to me by Aditya mostly. So everybody is able to hear me? Yes. Everybody, are you able to hear me? Not Aditya Kulkarni, of course. Yeah. So I hope everybody is able to hear here. And yeah, so let's move ahead. No. It is your batch only. So was there any homework? I don't think so there was any homework. Was there any homework? Aditya, you only have shared this, right? Aditya K, mostly. Yes, I don't think so there was any homework. So let's move ahead. So we'll start with the recall test. So here comes a recall test based on Grignard reagent for you. Read the question carefully and choose the correct option. So it was the introduction slide was shared by, rearrangement slide was shared by Aditya Kurbagat. Sorry for the wrong pronunciation. Aditya K. So you can start voting on this. Solve it. Do not do it in hurry. Solve it properly. Yes. So let's see how many of you get it right. Only 10 of you have answered it yet. It's not that difficult question, guys. Come on. It's a doable, easy question. Yes. So let me end this, right? So I'll end it on a count of 3. So let's end it on a count of 3, 2, 1, now. So let's see what's the answer of this. I don't think so it's a that difficult question that should take that much time. Right? Yes. Right. So if you see this carefully, Which among the following gives secondary alcohol on reaction with Grignard reagent after following acidic hydrolysis? I had already told you yesterday, formaldehyde gives primary alcohol, aldehyde gives secondary alcohol, ketone gives tertiary alcohol. So this is ketone, it will give tertiary alcohol. This is formaldehyde, it will give primary alcohol. This is RCHO, it will give a secondary alcohol, and this will also give a secondary alcohol, right? Now the question comes is, what to do with option D? This we have not studied. So all of you are aware of option 1, 2, 3. So let us see option D. So if you take something like this, it is ester, HCOOC2H5, right? So if you take and add this with Grignard reagent, then Grignard reagent will give you R minus, same mechanism. CO bonds break like this. R minus attacks carbon having positive charge, so that you get OMgX, O minus Mg plus. Then you'll have R here and OC2H5. So remember, all halogens, OR, these are good leaving groups. So what will happen in the next step? It will leave like this. So that what are good leaving groups? I'll tell you in this reactions. Good leaving groups are OR, OCOR, halogens, all of them are good leaving groups. So this OR will leave like this, so that this carbon gets positive charge, positive, negative, double bond. So you'll get R, C double bond O, H. Aldehyde you'll get. Then if you treat it again with Grignard reagent, then you'll get a secondary alcohol. Then you'll get a secondary alcohol. So basically, this is not nucleophilic addition reaction. First step is nucleophilic addition reaction. Second step mein OR is eliminated. Therefore, we say it is nucleophilic addition elimination reaction. It is given by those compounds which have this type of structure, which have leaving group. G is a leaving group. Aldehyde and ketone mein H and R are not good leaving group. But if you take a good leaving group like OR here, then they show nucleophilic addition elimination reaction. Whereas if it is not a good leaving group like aldehyde ketones, they show only nucleophilic addition reaction. No elimination will take place. Okay? Is that clear, everyone? So due to elimination, you'll get aldehyde, which will further give you secondary alcohol. So correct answers are 2 and 4. That is option D. So option D is correct. Is that clear? JEE Mains or NEET? It's an easy question. This reaction, nucleophilic addition elimination reaction, will come in next chapter. So we'll take it there. Yes. Is that clear, everyone? Any doubt in this? HCHO will give secondary. Pritesh, HCHO will give second call. Pritesh, HCHO will give secondary alcohol. Pritesh, it seems like you desire a lot of torque. अच्छा, चलो प्रीतिश को दिखा देते हैं. Let us show Pritesh. Pritesh wants to know. So let us show Pritesh what alcohol he will get. Formaldehyde will react with Grignard reagent. So R minus will attack CO. You'll get HCH, O minus MgX, R, which on hydrolysis will break this bond, and you will get OH, H, R. So carbon having OH is bonded to only one carbon. So it is a primary alcohol, beta Pritesh. I hope you understood, right? Let's move ahead. Before I start generating some torque from here only, Pritesh, let's move ahead. Yeah. So next reaction which we have to study is preparation of alcohols from amines. This is left. We'll discuss it and then go back to preparation of phenols. So please pay attention. How can you prepare alcohol from amines? I have told you in haloalkanes and haloarenes chapter also a reaction called diazotization reaction. Do you remember this reaction? We have done it in last chapter. diazotization reaction, right? So it is used to prepare diazonium salt, but there we prepare diazonium salt of benzene, aryl diazonium salt. Here, if you take any primary amine, RNH2, primary amine, and treat it with NaNO2 in HCl. So NaNO2 in HCl will combine to give you HNO2, that is nitrous acid, right? So nitrous acid की presence में, we'll discuss this mechanism in detail in last chapter, amine. So what will happen is you are going to get Rn2 plus Cl minus. You'll get a, what is this compound called? What is this compound called? Rn2 plus Cl minus. This is known as what? Yes, very good, Pritesh. It is known as diazonium salt. It is known as diazonium salt. We have done it in first chapter. So I told you, if you take aryl diazonium salt, if you take aniline and do it NaNO2 plus HCl, NaNO2, not M, sodium nitrite, NaNO2. So 0 to 5 degrees Celsius पे you get benzene diazonium salt, N2 plus Cl minus. We had seen reaction of this, Sandmeyer, Gattermann. So this is stable. Stable at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. This is stable at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. But alkyl diazonium salts are highly unstable. Highly unstable. They are not even stable at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. Why? Because this is stable. The reason for its stability is, if you draw its structure, it is something like this. Plus Cl minus. So when you draw the resonance, right, you can draw the resonance. So due to resonance, what will happen? Carbon nitrogen will get double bond. So it is stabilized by resonance, right? It's a cation. Cation is stabilized by resonance. But here, that resonance is not possible with alkyl group. Therefore, it is highly unstable. That means aryl diazonium salt can give reactions, but alkyl diazonium salt will immediately lose a molecule of N2, nitrogen gas, to form R+. What do you mean by R+? You'll get a carbocation formed in this reaction. You'll get a carbocation formed in this reaction. Carbocation means it will show all rearrangement. It will show all rearrangement. Now, if you treat it with warm water, if you add water to this, or even if water is not mentioned, it is mentioned aqueous HCl. Aqueous HCl means water is present in the solution. So then same thing, water will come and donate lone pair. Positive charge, it will lose H plus to form alcohol. So this is how you can convert your primary amine into alcohol. Please see the mechanism carefully. If there is any doubt, you can ask. Just remember one thing, R plus is formed, cation, carbocation is formed, it will undergo rearrangement. We'll take one example of this. We'll take the rearrangement of this and move ahead. How this diazonium salt is formed, we'll see its mechanism in detail in last chapter. Yes. Anybody having any doubt on this? Why it is unstable? See, benzene के case में diazonium salt पे positive charge is there, so you can draw the resonance, and there will be a double bond here. So it is stable due to resonance. Benzene diazonium salt. But alkyl group do not have anything to show resonance here. Alkyl group cannot show resonance here. So it cannot form bond with double bond between carbon and nitrogen. So here it is stable due to resonance, but there is no resonance in this. So it is unstable. It will easily lose molecule of N2. Nitrogen gas will be eliminated. Nitrogen gas will be liberated. Okay? No. Yes, some extent may yes. This diazonium salt is used for dyeing. Dye, colored dyes. It is used there. Okay? Let us take example. If I take neopentyl or just let's take this molecule first. Yeah, CH2NH2, neopentyl amine, right? It is master reagent. I didn't understand, Pradesh. So if you treat it with NaNO2HCl, so first step is same, N2 plus, Cl minus, CH2, N2 plus, Cl minus, it will lose a molecule of N2 to form a carbocation, and you will get CH3, CH2 plus, you will get a primary carbocation. What will happen in next step? What will happen in next step? This is a primary carbocation. What will happen in next step? From the next carbon, methyl will shift. Methyl will shift, and you will get CH3, CCH3, CH2, CH3, positive charge here. You will get a tertiary carbocation. Now water will come as a nucleophile and donate a lone pair of electrons, so that you will get CH3, CH3, CH2, CH3, OH, H. It donates lone pair, right? And you get CH3, CCH3, CH2, CH3, positive charge, it will lose H plus, so that you get OH here. Is that clear, everyone? Yes. Is that clear, everyone? So it can show all types of carbocation rearrangement, ring expansion, contraction, everything. Yes. Any doubts whatsoever on this? If there is any doubt, please ask quickly. I'm giving you a 10-second window. If there is any doubt on this, please ask quickly. We'll do few questions on this, and that will be all. No doubts? Yes? It seems like chat has freezed. Chalo, finally somebody has messaged. Rn2 bond is a covalent bond, correct? Yes. Let's move ahead. So let's see the next stuff. So we'll do a question on this. It's a very good question. Try to solve this question. Then I'll tell you what mistakes you will make. Try this question yourself. How N2 plus and C minus, Cl minus are formed? There is a mechanism for this, Kirtan. Diazotization ka, there is a mechanism for it. I'm not discussing it now. If you wait after the class, I can tell you. It's not relevant now. We'll do it in amines chapter. Okay? Yes. So let me give you the poll for this. Yeah. So here is a poll in front of you. Be careful while answering this. Be very careful while answering this. There is a huge chance you may do a mistake. There is a huge chance you may do a mistake. Yes. So let's see. The answer. So it's a very good one. B option consists 7-membered ring. No. B option is 6-membered, 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 5-membered. Chalo, let's see. We'll see the answer. Priyadarshini is right. Ravi Kiran is also right. Ankita Jantley is also right. Pranav Shivkumar. There's nothing wrong with B, Pranav. Keetan, check again. Venkatesh M, check again. Kishore Chavan, check again. Uday, you should also check again. Alright, so let's see this on a count of 3, 2, 1. Let's end this now and see what's the answer. If you have understood the classes of rearrangement which I have taught properly, you can answer it easily. So let us go step by step. Now directly this step is given to you. In my chapter, there will be one more reaction to form this reactant, right? So I have directly given you the step. So if you take R here, CH2NH2, OH here. Now see the rearrangement part, it is very important. If I take NaNO2HCl, so first step is I'll get a diazonium salt. You'll get CH2, N2 plus, Cl minus, R here, and OH here. It will lose N2 and you'll get a carbocation. You'll get CH2 plus, carbocation, OH, R. Right? Now there are two things. Right? What are those? Either this bond you break like this, and this CH2 minus attack this carbon having positive charge, or you break this R wala bond so that this carbon having negative charge attacks the CH2 plus. What do you think? Which bond will break? If I name this bond as 1, this bond as 2. What do you think? Which bond will break? 1 or 2? What do you think? Which bond will break? 1 or 2? So people have different answers. Chalo. Let me tell you, 2 will break. Why? Because this carbon which will migrate, it is which alkyl group? 1, 2, 3. This carbon is tertiary. And this carbon is secondary. Which is a better migrating group? Tertiary or secondary? Which is a better migrating group? Tertiary or secondary? Tertiary. Therefore, this will migrate, not this one. That is why it's a good question. Okay? So this bond will break like this. This carbon getting negative charge will attack carbon having positive charge, so that you get something like this. R here. This carbon gets a positive charge. It has OH. And there is a CH2. This carbon forms a bond here. Now you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-membered ring. This carbon is positive. So this positively charged carbocation can be stabilized by back bonding from oxygen. So it will donate lone pair of electrons. So you get basically the carbon having CO, next to that is R. Ortho meta you can say. So 6-membered ring. Oxygen has donated lone pair OH. So oxygen will get a positive charge. After that there is a CH2. After that there is a carbon having R. Now it will lose H plus to maintain the neutrality, so that you get C double bond O R. You'll get this as the product. Is that clear, everyone? This will be obtained as the product. You will not get alcohol, you'll get ketone, Pranav. Because carbocation has empty p orbital, it will donate lone pair, back bonding, double bond. It gets a positive charge, it will lose H plus. Is that clear? Isn't it? Is it stable at meta position? First of all, there is no ortho meta para. It happens in benzene. It is stable. Why it will not be stable? Why it will not be stable? What's the reason of it is not being stable? The only challenging step here was this. Which bond you will break? This one or this one? That was the only challenging step in this question. Is that clear, everyone? Any doubt on this whatsoever? Please ask. Dekh lo. When you go home, then you should not get any doubt. Like you are already in home. Ravi Kiran, if you have this carbon to migrate, this carbon to migrate, which will migrate, Ravi Kiran? If you have this carbon to migrate and this carbon to migrate, tell me which carbon should migrate? Gokul and Ravi Kiran both. If you have this carbon as 1, this carbon as 2, which carbon should migrate? Tell me that. Ravi Kiran and Gokul, what do you think? Which carbon should migrate? 1 or 2? Obviously 1, then done. Because this carbon is tertiary, bonded to 3 carbon. This carbon is bonded to 2 carbon, secondary. Done. Break this bond like this. Break this bond like this. Carbon getting negative charge forms a bond here. So there is a bond here. This carbon will get a positive charge. It gets a positive charge. Carbodiene has empty p orbital. Oxygen will donate lone pair to form a double bond. And since it donates lone pair, it will have a positive charge. After C double bond O H plus, leave 1 carbon, next carbon has R. Leave 1 carbon, next carbon has R. Minor product B भी तो हो सकता है. Minor product will be B, correct. But we are asking you major product, na? You always answer major product. You don't answer minor product. Is that clear? Now Ravi Kiran and Gokul. Yes, Ravi Kiran and Gokul. Gokul, is it clear now? Gokul, do you know? Gokul, what is your full name, man? Gokul G. Is it clear? Yes, Gokul. Arey yaar, if you reply once in a year, then so it's very difficult, man. Gokul, do you know the meaning of your name? Gokul. What is famous about Gokul? Chalo. Let's move ahead. There is one more question I have kept it on this based on migration. I am not taking stereochemistry based questions of this, right? I'm not taking Gokul does not mean milk. Gokul is a place from where Radhaji was there. Radhe Krishna. So Radhaji was from Gokul. Okay? Gokul was a place, Gokul Vrindavan. It's somewhere around 20 kilometers from my house, 25 kilometers. Approx. Gokul Dham. Correct. Gokul Dham Society, huh? Gokul Dham Society, Ashutosh Rath. You are remembering Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma? No. Gokul, Vrindavan, Varsane, all were close to each other. Right? So they are very close to each other. It's around 20-25 kilometers from my house. So let's move ahead. This is your homework. You can practice it. It's a doable question. No, Pranav, I haven't. Keto Ino C. Arey nahi. Who is this? Vijay, no. Now I'm coming towards preparation of phenols. Ayodhya is very far, man. Ayodhya is in UP. Let's start the preparation of phenols, right? So phenols we have the following methods. Let me take one by one all of them. So there are various methods of preparation of phenol. I'll take one of them, one by one all of them. But it should not take, mechanisms are not there. You have to just remember the reaction. Okay? So if I take phenol, the first method of preparation is, obviously, if you take chlorine and treat it with aqueous KOH or NaOH at 673 Kelvin temperature and 300 atmosphere pressure, Cl will be substituted by OH and you get phenol. Do you remember this process? What is the name of this process? What is the name of this process? Yes, very good, Kushal. It is Dawes process. Very good, Kushal. It is Dawes process. Okay? It is Dawes process. Okay? Now, what happens if I attach NO2 at ortho and para? If I take the same reactant and attach NO2 at ortho and para, what happens? Same reagent. I'll get phenol again. What will be the difference? What will be the difference if I attach ortho para पे NO2? जब NH2 में convert होगा, कैसे होगा NH2 में convert? Pritesh, how can you convert it to NH2, idiot? It will give SNAR mechanism, right? SNAR mechanism. So Cl will be substituted easily by OH. You will not require this high temperature and pressure. Rate of reaction increases. SNAR mechanism का rate increases. If ortho or para position पे electron withdrawing group is present, rate of SNAR increases. Is that clear, everyone? Yes. Is that clear? So remember this. Pritesh, how can you answer that, man? NH2 में कैसे convert हो जाएगा? Now let's see the next one. So the next method which we have is, if I take, let us say, you can say this is Dawes process. The next method is, we can say, this is decarboxylation. So there are various methods. Decarboxylation. I'll take the important ones first. Who was Dow? Dow was a scientist, good person. He had 2 ears, he had 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 legs. That was Dow for you, Pranav. Okay? So if you take this acid, salicylic acid. So if you take salicylic acid, and from haloarenes we have already prepared atharv. So if you decarboxylate it, that means treat it with the NaOH and calcium oxide and heat it. Decarboxylation, right? So decarboxylation means CO2 will be eliminated and you will be left with phenol. CO2 is eliminated, you are left with phenol. This is another method when you remove CO2 gas, decarboxylation. I hope there should be no doubt in this. We are removing CO2, decarboxylation. Is that clear, everyone? Yes, everyone. Is that clear or not? Let's see the next one. Third one, which is very important, from cumene. From cumene. Right? This is very important. It's a fixed 2-mark question in your boards. Fixed 2-mark question in your boards. And it has been asked in NEET and JEE Mains also. CET also. So it's a very important question for all the exams. Yes, take a screenshot, Athar. You can take a screenshot, shot your screen with a bullet. Yes. I hope you have noted it. Shotgun. Chalo. Let's see from cumene. First, you should know what is cumene and how it is prepared. You start with benzene and do Friedel-Crafts alkylation. What is, let us say, if you take CH3, CH2, CH2Cl in anhydrous AlCl3. So what will happen? First, Friedel-Crafts alkylation में your electrophile Cl bond will break like this. Your electrophile will be a carbocation. But as we know, carbocation have tendency to rearrange. So hydride will shift from here and you'll get a secondary carbocation. Right? So this bond will break like this. Carbon gets a positive charge. Right? And negatively charged carbon takes positively charged carbon. Right? So there will be a bond. So after the electrophilic substitution reaction, the benzene will be bonded to this central carbon having positive charge. So you'll get CH, CH3, CH3. So this is isopropyl group. Isopropyl group. Isopropyl group is present on benzene. It is isopropyl benzene. It is isopropyl benzene. It is isopropyl benzene. This isopropyl benzene is also known as cumene. This isopropyl benzene is also known as cumene. So cumene is your isopropyl benzene. Now how do you form? From here actually the synthesis starts. How will you form phenol from cumene? So let us see that. There are two-step process. The first step is you should treat it with NaOH. Now NaOH will act as a base. It will give OH minus. Does this compound contain any acidic hydrogen? Does this compound cumene contain any acidic hydrogen? Can you see any acidic hydrogen? You can take concentrated, dilute, both, anyone. It's fine. Does it contain any? Does it contain any acidic hydrogen? Do you see that? Yes, yes. CH1 is the acidic hydrogen. So what happens is, it will take this proton. This bond will break like this. So you'll get a negative charge here. So the negative charge here, you'll get something like this. Don't draw all the steps in boards, right? Only two-step mechanism which is given in textbook. This is just to make you understand better. Then you treat it with oxygen O2, O double bond O. So this bond will break like this. Carbon having negative charge will attack carbon having positive charge. And O minus will take the H plus which you have removed in first step. So your product will be C, CH3, CH3, O, O, H. Right? Is that clear? Let us take it on the next slide. You'll get cumene hydroperoxide. This compound is known as cumene hydroperoxide. So I'm going to continue on the next slide. Please check it carefully. If there is any doubt in these steps, please ask. If there is any doubt in these steps, please ask. Third step. 1, 2, third. This is easy, man. This bond breaks like this. Oxygen gets negative charge. This oxygen gets positive charge. Carbon having negative charge forms a bond with carbon oxygen having positive charge. So this is a carbon oxygen bond. And this O minus has taken H plus, which you had removed here. So it has become OH. Is that clear, Basant? O2 is a reagent here. Ravikiran. O2 is a reagent here in this reaction. Now, what happens here? There is a rearrangement which takes place here. This compound is called cumene hydroperoxide. Cumene hydroperoxide. So in the presence of H2SO4 and heat, there is a rearrangement which is going to take place. How? See this. This bond breaks like this. Just a minute. Yeah, you can break it like this. This bond breaks like this, O minus. If oxygen gets a negative charge, carbon should get positive. So this bond breaks like this. Benzene gets a negative charge. Carbon gets a positive charge. Oxygen is negative, positive negative double bond. And benzene having a negative charge will migrate and attack oxygen having a positive charge. So benzene will bind to OH. So that your product obtained will be benzene will have H, and this CH3C will have a double bond here. So you'll get CH3, CCH3, double bond O. So you'll get these two products. That means you will get phenol with propane 2 on. Usually people forget the byproduct here, and they may usually ask the byproduct in this particular example. Acetone or propane 2 on. You can write whatever you want. So this is your preparation of phenol from cumene, right? You can check it. Whole mechanism, please take it carefully. I have told you how to form cumene. From cumene, how to form anion. From an anion, addition of oxygen to get cumene hydroperoxide. After getting a cumene hydroperoxide, this bond breaks like this. Oxygen gets negative, one should get positive. Therefore, benzene breaks like this. Positively charged carbon, negatively charged oxygen, double bond. So you got C double bond O. And benzene having negative charge attack oxygen having positive charge. So benzene will have OH. You'll get phenol, right? What is the role of H2SO4? H2SO4 will provide H plus, which will eventually protonate one of these oxygen, right? One of these oxygen, which will protonate this oxygen, and then this bond breaks like this easily. Catalyst, you can say. But we don't show it, it's not required. You can show it like this. Yes, please check it carefully. If there is any doubt, please ask. Which steps we should write for boats? Boats may should always start from cumene. So there are two steps. Directly cumene treated with oxygen. Cumene plus O2 gives you cumene hydroperoxide, first step. Cumene plus O2 gives you cumene hydroperoxide, first step. Then cumene hydroperoxide gives you phenol plus acetone, second step. So you have only two steps in boats, 2 marks. Is this what they do to industrially obtain both phenol and acetone? No, this is not an industrial preparation. This is not an industrial preparation. This is one of the preparation of phenol. Industrially, it is not prepared like this. There are other catalysts which we use. Usually, heterogeneous catalysis is used to prepare most of organic compounds. Is that clear, everyone? Yes? Any doubt in this preparation? Anyone? Anyone having any doubt? Can we say carbanion intermediate? No, there is no carbanion intermediate formed here. I have just formed it to show you how the reaction proceeds. There is no carbanion intermediate formed here. No doubt, I am assuming. So let me move ahead. So we have already done these preparations. Now one more preparation which we can do here is fourth one. If you start with aniline, just now we have discussed aniline, treat it with NaNO2 in HCl, 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. You'll get, then why they gave us to study this? Good question. So you'll get N2 plus Cl minus, diazonium salt. Just now we have studied it. Treat it with warm water. When you treat it with warm water, you'll get phenol. Okay? This is another method of preparation. I hope there is no doubt in this. There is one more method you can write, that is oxidation. If you take benzene and treat it with V2O5, which is an oxidizing agent, very good oxidizing agent, you will get phenol. This is oxidation of benzene. So benzene on oxidation can give you phenol, right? Very good. Now, what else can we get? Yes. If I take, just see carefully, OCOCH3. If I treat it with LiAlH4, lithium aluminum hydride. Do you remember I told you yesterday? Yes, Gokul, Guru Kiran. Guru Kiran, this is your last slide. Guru Kiran, this is your last slide. Number of byproducts in fourth. N2 gas. That's all. N2 gas. Now, if you remember, do you remember we had studied in reduction of esters? What are the products formed? We told ester bond is broken like this. RCO is converted to RCH2OH and RO is reduced to ROH. Correct? We have studied this. So if you break this bond like this, so CH3CO will be reduced to CH3CH2OH and RO will be reduced to ROH. So this also can give you phenol. So ester can also give you phenol. And this ester is formed by carboxylic acid and alcohol. Therefore, if you hydrolyze ester, right, reversible reaction, ester plus alcohol gives acid plus alcohol gives you ester plus water. So ester plus water can give you back the acid and alcohol. How? Break this bond like this, give H here, give OH here. So again you can get phenol. So esters can give you phenol. Phenyl esters can give you phenol by reduction as well as hydrolysis. You'll get CH3COOH. Right? This is just to tell you, remind you what is esterification reaction. If you guys remember, carboxylic acid plus alcohol eliminates water to give you esters plus water. Right? And the reaction is reversible. So ester can undergo hydrolysis to give you back acid and alcohol. So break the bond like this, give OH here, H here, you'll get acid plus alcohol. That is what we have done here. Broken bond like this, given H here, given OH here, CH3COH, CH3COH, benzene OH, benzene OH. Yes. Is this clear, everyone? This is another method of preparation of phenol. Now we'll discuss the industrial method of preparation of phenol. That is called Rastrick process. This is your last method. I hope you have taken the screenshot, Athar. Athar, I hope you have taken the screenshot. Okay. Now, last method is industrial method. That is called Rastrick process, industrial preparation. Industrial preparation. That is Rastrick process. I used to remember it by a word called Rapchick. Rapchick is a sort of slang, tapori type word, right? Tapori type word, so which means very good. So Rastrick is a similar type of word. This is how I used to remember. Now, what do you do in this? You treat benzene with HCl and half O2 in the presence of catalyst of copper chloride and FeCl3 at a temperature of 300 degrees Celsius. You have to remember this. You'll get phenol plus H2O. You'll get phenol plus H2O. Okay? This is your industrial preparation of phenol. So this is all about preparation of phenols. There is few more methods. There are few more methods like from ethers you can prepare, but we'll discuss it in that only. Like we'll discuss it when we come to ethers. Yeah. So I hope this is are the methods. Let's do a question on this. Any doubt on this? Anyone? I don't think so. There should be a doubt on this. It's a memory-based reaction. You have to remember. Yeah. So there's a question here. If you start with ethyne, treat it with red hot iron, you get a product A, which on treatment with chlorine FeCl3 gives you product B, which on treatment with concentrated nitric acid gives you two products C and D. When you treat the two products with NaOH, you get E. Now E can be which of these following? Yes, Varsha, this is your last slide, Varsha. This is your last slide, Varsha. Pranav has by-hearted one reaction which he will remember forever. Anna Pranav? This is the question. So now let me give you the options for this. Yes. So this is a good question. Not difficult, but it requires one reaction of alkyne from the hydrocarbon. Yes, so you have another 30 seconds for this. Saksha Pujari. What's wrong with you, Saksha Pujari? Shreya Ji, you need to check your answer again. Chalo. Pranav has got one more product, that's B. Very good, Pranav. Vivekanand, I didn't see. Just a minute. Let me check. विवेकानंद का आंसर कहाँ है? I didn't get your answer, Vivekanand. पूजा, चिन्मय कुलकर्णी. वेरी गुड. चलो देखते हैं. हरि प्रकाश हैज ऑल्सो आंसर्ड. गुड है, वेरी गुड है. चलो, let me end this. Then enough time for this question. So let me end this question on account of 3, 2, 1. Now. So let's end this question now and see what's the correct answer. Right. So what do I have in the first reaction? So if you take 3 molecules of this, it's a very easy reaction. We have done it in first year. Alkyne. This was there in first year also. This bond breaks like this bond breaks like this bond breaks like this. This will form a bond here, single bond, double bond, double bond. You'll get what? Benzene. So benzene, when you treat it with chlorine in FeCl3, you get chlorobenzene. Chlorobenzene is ortho-para-directing towards nitration. This is nitration reaction. So your C and D are ortho-nitrochlorobenzene and para-nitrochlorobenzene. These are your C and D. Now, if you treat it with NaOH, SNAR, ortho-PnO2, para-PnO2, SNAR, you don't need to heat, you don't need to provide heat. Cl will be easily replaced by OH. Now, if you react this with NaOH, you'll get ortho-nitrophenol. This will give para-nitrophenol. So your products obtained are both. This should be C actually. I have done a mistake. It should be C. You'll get both A and C, both will be formed. So correct answer here is D. If it is C, then the correct answer here is D. Okay? It should be, it's my mistake, it should be C. So it will be, hydrogen bonding will be there. You're right, Mansi. There will be hydrogen bonding here. You're right. So both A and C will be formed. Okay? Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear? 3 तो obvious है ना? Otherwise, how will you form product A, man? So A will be the major product. Yes, major product will be A, but both of them will be obtained. So answer would be both A and C. Mansi. Yes, you can take a screenshot. I hope it is done, sir. We discuss some physical properties also, 5 minutes. So, yes, so let's quickly discuss some physical properties of alcohol. If you take the physical state, then you would say the C1 to C11. First 11 members are colorless liquid. First 11 members are colorless liquid. Then C11 and above are solid. Right? C1 alcohol, that is methane, is a gas. Ethane is also gas. Let us take C3 from here. C1 and C2 are gas. Methane and ethane are gas. Usually. Okay? Now, let's see the next one. If you talk about density, density of alcohol is less than density of water, usually. Water is more denser. And if you talk about solubility, I would say alcohols are more soluble. Alcohols are soluble in water, first of all. Alcohols are soluble in water. Alkyl halides were not soluble in water. Why they are soluble in water? Because you can take the screenshot. Because they can form hydrogen bond with water. So anything which can form hydrogen bond with water or which can break hydrogen bonds of water will be soluble in water. So alcohols are soluble in water because they can form hydrogen bonds with water. So alcohol one molecule, water another molecule. So delta minus, oxygen is more electronegative, delta plus. Oxygen is more electronegative, delta minus, carbon is delta plus. So there will be a hydrogen bond. So due to this intermolecular hydrogen bonding, they are soluble. They are soluble in water. Right? They are soluble in water. Methanol, ethanol, all are liquid. You are right. Methanol, ethanol, both are liquid. You're right. Achha, sorry, I understood. I have taken here alkanes. Sorry. I have taken here alkanes. Just a minute. It will be C3, propanol. C1 to C11 is correct. All are colorless liquid. I was considering alkanes. That's why I wrote it gas. Okay? Now, coming back to this, intermolecular hydrogen bonding की वजह से they are soluble in water. But when you talk about phenols, important thing. Generally, this question is asked. This year, JEE Mains also there was this question on these two compounds. Among orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol, which will be more soluble? Among orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol, which is more soluble? Paranitrophenol is more soluble. Why it is more soluble? Why it is more soluble? Because paranitrophenol can form hydrogen bond with water easily, intermolecular hydrogen bond. But in orthonitrophenol, there is already hydrogen bonding within the molecule. So if there is a hydrogen bonding within the molecule, will it be able to form hydrogen bonds with water? No. Right? It is forming hydrogen bond within itself. So its tendency to form hydrogen bond with water will be less. Therefore, it is less soluble. Right? And the other thing you should remember here is solubility decreases as number of carbon in alcohol increases, because as the number of carbon in alcohol increases, the tendency to form hydrogen bond decreases. Tendency to form hydrogen bond decreases. Because if you take bulky alkyl group here, there will be a lot of steric hindrance. So water will not be able to form hydrogen bond with alcohol. Okay? So lower alcohols, methanol, ethanol are easily soluble. Higher alcohols like 20 carbon alcohol and all are not easily soluble. Okay? Yes, you can say that. Any doubt in any of these points? Anyone? Yes? Anyone having any doubt in this? Anyone having any doubts in this? Yes, para is also slightly polar. Who said para is not polar? Para is also slightly polar. In fact, para is having more melting point also than auto because it is more symmetrical. Right. So let's see the boiling point, which is the last physical property. So if you talk about boiling point, so there are two things we have to study here. Boiling point of alcohols is greater than alkyl halides, and we have already seen alkyl halides is greater than hydrocarbons. Okay? Hydrocarbons and these two have weak van der Waals force. Two molecules of alkyl halides are held together by weak van der Waals force, whereas two alcohol molecules are held together by hydrogen bonding. And we know boiling point is directly proportional to intermolecular force and inversely proportional to branching. Right? Inversely proportional to branching. Since hydrogen bonding is stronger than weak van der Waals force, therefore alcohols have more boiling point than haloalkanes and hydrocarbons. The important question which comes usually here is, among orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol, which has more boiling point? Among orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol, which has more boiling point? So see this carefully. Since it can form intramolecular hydrogen bond, right? But boiling point, here it can form intermolecular hydrogen bond between two different molecules of paranitrophenol, OH and NO2. So due to this intermolecular hydrogen bond in paranitrophenol, what will happen? Due to this intermolecular hydrogen bond, lot of molecules of paranitrophenol will come and get attached to itself. So this will lead to association of molecules. Lot of molecules will come close to each other and attach with itself. This leads to intermolecular hydrogen bonding, leads to association of molecules. Association of molecules. And when association of molecules takes place, the molecular mass overall increases. Size increases. You can say forces, van der Waals forces increases. And when van der Waals forces increases, you can say the boiling point increases. Whereas this will not be able to form intermolecular hydrogen bond, it will exist as single molecule. Therefore, its boiling point will be less. So who will form? So therefore, its boiling point is more. Paranitrophenol boiling point is more. Therefore, it is called steam volatile. Not this one. Sorry. Orthonitrophenol has less boiling point, so it is highly volatile. It forms vapor easily. It is highly volatile. So therefore, it is called steam volatile substance. Orthonitrophenol is called steam volatile substance because it has less boiling point. It forms vapor easily. Yes, please check it again. If there is any doubt on this, please ask. If there is any doubt on this, please ask. We have finished your syllabus for the next test. We have finished your portion for the next test. Right? So there is a homework on this. Based on this property, there is a homework which you can practice. Okay? On ortho and paranitrophenol. There was a question this year, JEE Mains, a very good question on ortho and paranitrophenol. Okay? So let's move to our Kahoot. That's all for today. Let's move to our Kahoot. This is your homework question. Approx boiling point, so I don't remember, Gaurav. I don't remember the value. I have to check. Paranitrophenol, I don't remember. It's hardly used in any experiments. Just a minute. Let me give you the pin. So this is your syllabus for the next test. This is your syllabus for the next test. Your next test is major test, no? Full syllabus? Yes. Now, after subjective test, I think 27th you have a major test. 27th you have a major test, full syllabus. So let me share the game pin. So game pin is 4369527. 4369527. 4369527. Your syllabus for 27th test is still what we have done today. Till what we have done today. Subjective test is on 14th and 15th. Vishal, as announced. As announced, it is on 14th and 15th. Sunday you get notification how test will be conducted, in what form it will be conducted, what all you have to do, what all preparations you have to do. Okay? Yes, so it is 4369527. Let me share the screen. 4369527. Right. Yeah. Four three six 9527. I hope everybody has joined. Somebody is playing today with Janak sir's name. I'll send the image to Janak sir. Ashutosh 4369527. 4369527 Ashutosh. Chalo. We'll start. Anybody else on the wait? Anybody else on the wait? Anybody else hanging out there? Okay. Prashant finally is playing with his own name. Bhagyashree is here. Siddharth, have you joined? Arey Siddharth, so slow man. Your internet. Remember Vijay, acha. Chalo guys, let's start. Let's start now. So today's quiz, you might not have any clue about the question. If you guess it closely, you can definitely guess it. Out of 5, at least 2 to 3 questions you can guess it. Okay? So today's quiz, you might not know anything about it, but you can guess it. So let's start. So today's quiz is based on history. That means history. It's a historical quiz. Let's see the first question. You might not be knowing about it. When was the Hindu Students Federation formed? You might not know. You can take a guess by the options. By the options, you can take a guess. When was the Hindu Students Federation formed? It is guessable, let me tell you. When was the Hindu Students Federation formed? Pranav is cheating. Pranav is cheating. Pranav, I think so. Pranav is cheating. Chalo. Let's see. The correct answer is C. The correct answer is C. And let's see how many of you have answered it correctly. So most of you have answered it correctly. That's good. I hope it was guess only. Score may we have Shreya Kotgi on the top, Kishore, Shana, Ganesh, Vismay in the top 5. Very good. Let's see the next one. What was slogan given in All India College Students Conference? What was slogan given in All India Students Conference? If you rule out the options, you can judge it easily. What was the slogan given in What was the slogan given in All India College Students Conference? If you rule out the options, you can answer it easily. And the correct answer is indeed A. See, it cannot be Swaraj is our birthright, right? It was given by Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Motilal Nehru. There are 3-4 people who said this. Purna Swaraj. Education is for all. British Raj mein it can never happen. Okay? So rule out this option also. School chalo, पढ़ाई करो. Us time pe we were involved in freedom fighting. Very less of the country population was involved in education. So obviously education cannot be preferred over freedom at that time. So that is why we prefer Swaraj first, education later. Let's see the next one. Atharv is on the top. Shreya Kodgi second. Ankita is in the top 5 again. Naren and Harley Davidson are also playing well. I hope Harley Davidson's tire gets punctured. And I hope he don't have a tubeless tire. Let's see the next one. Who was the founder of Students' Scientific and Historical Society? Again, options are your clue. Options are your hint. Options are your hint. If you see the options, choose the options carefully, you can answer it easily. If you see the options carefully, you can answer it easily. And the correct answer is indeed Dadabhai Naoroji. It cannot be Motilal Nehru and Jawaharlal Nehru. They were nowhere associated with science. Subhash Chandra Bose was involved in fighting World War II. So he was not involved in science. Dadabhai Naoroji was someone who was involved in music, art, science, history, everything. Right? So therefore, Dadabhai Naoroji was the one who established this. Last question. Before that, Ankita is shootingly on the top. I don't know how Ankita manages to get all the answers correct. Atharv is on second. Naren third. Daenerys Targaryen is on fourth. Shreya Kodgi on the fifth. Let's see the next question, which is the fourth question. Which among the following British associate officials is associated with local self-government? Again, it's not easily predictable by you. It's not easily predictable by you. Just a minute, guys. Yeah. It's not easily predictable by you. So I'll tell you what it is about. You can guess it. Yes. And the correct answer is D, Lord Ripon. Basically, what happened during this time, Indians had got this chance of participating in the parliament, right? So only certain seats were reserved, that too in the subordinate house. So for that, Britishers had appointed officials to interact with the local self-government employees who will participate in the government and represent the people of the country. Right? This all began in 1930s, right? If I remember correct. So the correct answer is Lord Ripon. Last question. This you should know. If you don't know this, you have not studied history. Let me tell you. The Ankita's points are shooting very high. Atharv is also playing very high. Shreya Kodgi third. Surprisingly, Pratiksha is on fourth. Very surprisingly. Chinmay is on fifth. Last question, decider one. Let's see who wins this one. Who was the viceroy when the Jallianwala Bagh massacre took place in 1919? Or else it was 19 April something. 16 April 1919, something like that. Month I don't remember. I think it was in 1919. After Raw attack. Yes. So what was it? Who was the viceroy? I was knowing most of you will get it wrong. It was not Lord Irwin. It was Lord Chelmsford. Okay? He was the viceroy. There was Chelmsford reforms which had come before Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Right? So Chelmsford was your viceroy. during Jallianwala Bagh massacre, right? I did not ask governor. Let me tell you, I asked viceroy. So let's see the point list. Again, I am knowing Ankita would have won. Chinmay is very well played. Chinmay on third. Attar, as usual, is on second, and we have Ankita on the top. That's 6 for her. Well played, Ankita. And Shreya Kotgi and Basavraj or Basangoda, whatever, is on the 4th and 5th spot. That's all for today. Tomorrow's class is a boards revision class, not compulsory for everyone. Prepare well for your exams, objective as well as subjective. That's all for today. That's all for today. What happens to boiling point? Just a minute. Otherwise, 104th rank today. Happens, man, happens. Gaurav was on 10th. That's good. By Preksha. Pritesh is 114. Well played, Pritesh. You are winning handsomely. Somebody has asked something, I don't know. By Aditya. By Viresh. I will most likely from all the 5 chapters, I'll discuss the important questions and their answers tomorrow. Bye Rohan, good night. Bye Basavraj, take care. Bye Gaurav, take care. 6th preparation method क्या था? Nothing Ray, 6th में, it is a ester. We have already done it yesterday. It's a ester. So it is a ester. So if you take ester and do the reduction of ester, what happens? So if you do the reduction, this bond breaks like this. RCO is converted to RCH2H. RO is converted to ROH on reduction. So that's what I did here. I broke this bond like this, right? So RCO was converted to RCH2H, CH3CH2H, and RO was converted to ROH, phenol. And if you do the hydrolysis, break this bond like this, it's a ester. Acid plus alcohol gives you ester plus water. Reaction is reversible. If ester reacts with water, you get back acid and alcohol. So how do you do that? If this is your ester, RCOOR, break the bond like this, give H2 oxygen, OH2CO, so CH3COOH, CH3COOH, benzene OH, phenol. Is that clear? We'll see that, Sampada. We'll see that. It doesn't count. It doesn't count in general, Sanat. Yes, thank you, Batan. I hope all the doubts are catered. Right. So let's end it here, guys. Till then, study well. Take care. Have a good day ahead. And may God bless you all. Bye, Sampada. Take care.